Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Raids, week 14, day 6. So today, we're actually done with raids, so we can go start doing other stuff, like grinding all the gnomes, which is pretty much what we're going to be doing the entire time. But, with that being said, let me go and, one thing we need to go do, we still have the orb from the raids that we still haven't claimed yet, the one for getting up to everything, the major orb. We've gotten several major orbs this week, still no major blues, gone a couple of months without one, hopefully this is that. Definitely need it to be a major blue, that's for sure. We've gone way too many without it, that's for sure. But hello everyone, hello Fred, hello Mehmet, hello Famous, hello William, hello Steve, hello DeCarrell, hello Medieval, hello JCG, hello everyone else, welcome. Please be a blue. No! All the important orbs are horrible orbs. Why? We'll get one eventually. We'll get another one eventually. As soon as it stops giving us greens. But anyways, good majority of our time here, we're mainly just going to be trying to find more gnomes. Currently, as the title says, we were at 8 Volkies. 4 yesterday, 4 today. Trying to get more. Goal is at least 10, ideally more towards a dozen. Which we're kind of on track to. 4 yesterday, 4 today, and hopefully 4 tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, I know. Those green orbs need to be removed from the table. Haha. Hello, Head. Welcome. And hello, Mr. Jesse. So why doesn't it let me scroll upwards? 1 second. It's not letting me scroll with the mouse wheel. Also, hello, Slack. And, who else did I miss? I think that was it. Anyways, let's get our key down. Kill those two. You found 4 vault keys in the 8 hours you've played today. That's still not too bad. That's about average, actually. Our current rate is above average, currently, that we're getting right now. Average is somewhere around 1 every 90 minutes or so. Somewhere around there. Okay, what do we need here? Grab all the gold there, take a red. Get all of our destroy. And anyways, kill both of them. You got 0 Volkies in like 10 hours. Yeah, that can happen. It's happened before. Let's see. Grab all that. Hey, thank you, Headkez. You've gotten 0 in the last 3 Vault events. Ouch. That's a lot of 0. We've only ever gone 1 event without one so far. Hopefully we will not repeat that ever. Hello, Captain. Welcome. Okay, grab all the golds. Get all that mess there. Let him poke us. Take our greens. Let him hit us. It's fine. Hello, Agna. You've come to accept little from Vault events. I don't know. I kind of come to expect at least some from them. And lately they have been actually paying out at least decently. At least for me. At least to a degree that I feel like it's worth the time. We've had about 2 or 3 events where I felt like it wasn't worth the time, where they just were like really, really bad how well we did. But this event is definitely not that case, at least for me, anyways. Streamer luck. I wouldn't say it's that. We've gotten just as unlucky before. You found a jewel gnome in Explorer and it didn't drop anything? Are you sure? It's supposed to. You might not have seen it because its drop is so bad. What do we need? We'll move that over. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually accidentally left a empty drop in the drop table, though. I don't think they've ever done that before, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that's something that would slip by them. Yep, we got another copy of this thing. We actually got this thing to Legendary earlier today. And now we need to go get more copies of it, apparently. But yeah, we recently got to Legendary, so it is miles away from actually getting up to Mythic. But still do want to get some more copies of it, just because it's good for Green Guild War Day. We get it max, that's 1 additional HP for Green Guild War Day. We already got the 1 extra earlier, but we can still get another as we start slowly working towards it. If we can ever get the mana we need. Yeah, Glory Gnomes are insanely nice. Especially when they feel like giving their higher amounts of glory. Oh, why did we even cast that? Never mind. I was gonna go cast that, and then I realized we're almost already at max gold. I keep forgetting everything on this team basically passively gains gold. She gains gold every cast. This gains gold every cast. I think it's 10 as well if it's an ability thing. And of course he gains gold every cast. But we don't need to keep casting him. Just a single cast on him is fine because the other two keep gaining it literally every single time. So it's fine. Oh, we gained a level. Nice. Don't really need it for anything, but at least all of our numbers are now even at 196. And we get ourselves an event key and 100 glory. I think we've gained like 3 or 4 levels this weekend so far. There's no replacement for Cedric in a key team. Yes and no. No, there's no replacement that's as good as him. Though you technically could put anything with Merchant there. But it's just not the same. Not even close. I almost did it again. Don't really need that greed. It's already in one-shot range. We don't need the extra damage. Take over greens, grab our gold, grab all the greens right there, destroy all the things, and get our key rolling. Let's take this first. I keep not wanting to cast that first. We need to remember that because we need it so in case we get excess mana, so it goes into it. Just in case. Okay, here we'll use that just in case it's not enough. Now that they're starting to get higher stats, it's actually worth casting him to max. Oh, should have taken that red first. Could actually turn that without giving him anything. Two Merchant, Alchemist, Moneylender, a Poor Man Cedric. That's a little bit overkill as far as the team. At that point, you might as well just go like a Yagway Queen of Tanya. At that point, it's already so close to it. Oh no, he silenced both of my relevant troops. Well, technically only one of them's relevant. Most two relevant would be those two. Yeah, he does have stealthy, but that hits based on random, I believe it is. Yeah, they're both completely random. So it'll always hit us, even if we have stealthy. Unfortunately. 1 HP. How wonderful. He was gonna die anyways off the key, though. Could you imagine if key was actually like Night Coronet, it could double hit? That'd be really funny. Unfortunately, it's not. There's some things that have the exact same wording as key, like Night Coronet and stuff, that hit the exact same troop twice. It's really weird. I wish they would use different wordings for things, because there's many troops in this game that have the same wording, but the way that they function is so slightly different. And key is one of those things. Oh yeah, we're currently doing pets. Yeah, this isn't PvP. Though we probably should do some more PvP. I'm actually pretty low on trophies this week. We're so low that our rating keeps dipping below 1.9k. We're that low. But yeah, we ended up getting another Oreo again. Or Array. I was called Oreo because I keep mispronouncing its name. And one more. We already got it to Legend earlier, though, so all of these are not really going to help us much, at least not for a while. But still need to accumulate them. Any pet that isn't Mythic, we do need to start getting slowly towards Mythic. And if we don't do them, they're not going to get any closer. Where does Egg Thief drop from? It is currently impossible to get Egg Thief if you currently don't have Egg Thief. She'll be in the drop table in about 1 to 3 weeks. Definitely sometime early next year. Like, probably as soon as next year starts. Not sure exactly when it will be, though. But generally, troops take about 4 to 6 weeks until they come into the drop table. Egg Thief is still recent enough that she's actually not in the drop table if we didn't get her on her launch week. Oh, never mind. She's already in the drop table. My bad. Okay, what Famous said. So you can get her in Glory, Gem, and that's it. Glory and Gem chests. And Guild chest if you have it upgraded to be high enough. I thought she wasn't yet. I know she was about a month ago. But sometimes it takes more than 4 weeks until they roll them back into the game. Yeah, I just haven't been opening keys lately, so I don't know if she is or isn't in the drop table right now. I just kind of assumed she wasn't, but yeah, she might be. If anyone has gotten a copy of her, that means she is. I keep saying she isn't just so I don't tell people to go waste all their resources, just in case. Is there a list posted anywhere when things actually get re-added into the game? I know people kept track of it in the past. I don't know if people still do somewheres. It's normally irrelevant to me, but it could be relevant if there's a really good, recently added meta troop that isn't in the drop table yet. And the only reason they have that delay is to make it actually worthwhile for people to get it on the week of. Like to spend event keys or glory keys, and event keys or glory on the new troops. Same as the new legend, for example, that's coming out on Monday, as well as the glory troop. Both of them will come out then, but then they won't be available for about a month or so in the drop tables, and then it will be added, just to make it more desirable to actually get them initially. Oh, thank you, JZG. I didn't realize that's a natural thing that they kept track of on there. Thank you. Hello, Analyst. Welcome. Trophining. Yeah, we haven't done trophining for a while. We also haven't called it trophining for a while. It's gonna be the same thing as we're doing now, though, just against different enemies. Like, we wouldn't even change our team, it would just be this. Oh wait, I just realized something. No, it wouldn't. Why am I still using this? Whoops, I didn't even realize that. I'm still using, I'm just so used to using this team. But I'm still using, Key Team against, Explorer. That's not what you're supposed to be using. You're supposed to use an actual Explorer team. There we go. Obviously, we can get away with doing that. It's just slightly slower doing that team specifically here. It's a great team. It's just not for Explorer. Okay, grab all that. Get a Sunbird. Okay, grab all the greens. I'll grab that, why not? Get a bunch of skulls, throw a firebomb down. Actually, at this point, I might as well just kill them with skulls. Not even kidding, we'll just kill it with all that, then throw a firebomb. Why am I still putting the Forest Guardian up front? What do you mean by that? Why I'm still not putting it up front? Let's see. I guess out of concern that they would kill out the Sunbird. But I guess I really shouldn't have much of a concern that they're really going to kill it out because it's very unlikely. I don't know, I'm just kind of used to having it there. I guess it technically would be more efficient on this team to have Forest Guardian in front of the Sunbird. But I'm just so used to having Sunbird in first slot in most of the teams I ever run it in that that's just where I'm going to click every single time. Because other variants that don't use Forest Guardian still run Sunbird in first slot. That's just where I'm used to using it. Because many teams use it as a tank, even if they're not doing Quick Explore. Have you ever gotten back-to-back Vault Keys? Yes, we did earlier this morning. We've never gotten 3 Vault Keys in a row, but we have gotten 2 Vault Keys in a row. Multiple times before, including earlier this morning. But yeah, we'll still eventually try to aim for 3. Of course, that's pure luck if we ever do, but it would be cool. Speaking about gnomes, we haven't really been seeing many gnomes, but hopefully that has a Vault Key, because every drop it has other than Vault Keys also. And what do we have? Awful! 20 amethysts. That's basically 0. May as well have given us nothing, pretty much. That's about what it is. In the case of when it gives a 200 shard drop, it pretty much is nothing. Because it costs you 20 souls to even convert it. And those 20 souls are arguably more worthwhile to me than the 2 diamonds that it'd be crafted into. Is there a pattern to the gnome showing up more frequently in kingdoms? I have no clue what's exactly associated with that, but it does seem like some kingdoms do occasionally, for whatever reason, give gnomes at a slightly higher rate. Which is weird. I don't think Mr. Scales was one of them. Zejin was doing it earlier, though. Let's go back to Zejin for a little bit. See if that increases our rate. There are fake gnomes that appear here, though, but I mean just real gnomes, of course. Oh, nice. You got 250 gems off of Cedric. That was one of the drops that they added to him when they ended up buffing him. Well, buffing him. They ended up doing several changes to him that made him weaker and stronger. But one of the ones that made him stronger is they did give him a 250 gem drop several patches ago. It's one of his best rewards. Other than Orb, it's pretty much his best reward. His best rewards are 250 gems, which is what you got. The 15 event keys, the 20 gem keys, and of course blue orbs and purple orbs of both the rarities. And possibly even major oranges if you're earlier on in the game. Or at any point where you haven't maxed everything yet. Hello, Optics. Welcome. You got all the souls you needed to craft Dawnbringer, and with Delve souls have been even more plentiful after then. Souls are essentially worthless, pretty much. That ends up happening once you have everything leveled and then have Dawnbringer. There just isn't really anything to sink souls into. Soulforge was supposed to do that, but it doesn't really do it that effectively at all. Well, I guess a copy of Cedric is pretty decent if you don't currently have him. He's basically like pulling a Fair's Raw, essentially. Gold version Fair's Raw. Okay, can you break Submerge already? Let's see, I'll move that over. Let him have a skull. Can you please break your Submerge? Fine, I'll just kill it with skulls then. There we go. How rare is Cedric? He's approximately a 1 in 10 off of Vault Keys. They did make it slightly more common several patches ago when they rebalanced all the drops. I'm not certain what the exact drop rate is, but it's somewhere around 1 in 10. Every single time you do a Vault Key. We've gotten 2 so far this weekend. 2 or 3. Do keep in mind, if you're upgrading epics, it's probably more worthwhile for the last level, once they're up to legendary, just use an orb on them. If you're still trying to get them maxed for kingdom purposes. Just get the copies you need to get it to legendary, which is only 5. Or a little bit more if you want to have spare copies other than just the 1. And then you go and use a small blue orb to get it all the way to max. Hey, we got an arcane. That's one of the reasons why we're here. One of the reasons we're actually doing specifically Zhejian as well, other than the fact that it seemed to have slightly higher gnomes earlier. But also, we need a trait stone. Currently, our 2 lowest trait stones is brown-green, which is Zhejian, and red-blue, which is Mrs. Scales, where it's at. Yeah, it's not really something I paid much attention to, but dungeons did end up bringing in a lot of ultra-rare trait stones into the game. There's a lot of battles that do give you multiple runic trait stones because of the multiplier. It's not something I pay much attention to just because, of course, we have more runics than we ever know what to do with. But, yeah, it did really make it a lot easier to obtain runics. Is troop screen lag gone? Yes and no. It's fixed to a really high degree, but it's not completely gone. But this time when they said they fixed it, they pretty much are correct. Not like last time. But it can still lag. It's just, if it does, it's for a much shorter duration. And more often than not, it doesn't anymore. Like if we go into troop menu right now, it's probably going to be 5 seconds or less to get in. Possibly instantly. Yep, there we go. See, no lag. But yeah, it's not 100% gone, but most of the time it is. Yep, that's not what I want. But while I'm here, let's go do some PvP, I guess. Let's catch up on all the PvP we haven't done this week. Good evening, Danny. Welcome. Also, if nothing else, we can also get a pet gnome. With that being said, I should probably keep track of how much time we have left. 38 minutes. Ooh. That's a lot of time if we find a gnome. Because that means we can't delay it. We're not going to sit here for 30 minutes waiting for the gnome. If we get a pet gnome, it's going to be useless. Which is probably a reason to go do explore instead. Oh no, we need to do some PvP at least. Done almost none of it this weekend. Oh, why didn't I throw Key? I forgot. He has low stats. He can easily get the kill there. Have you been using Dragon's Eye lately? You notice it sometimes doesn't transform the troop it hits. And once that happens, when AI used it on your team, I've never seen that happen before, it not transforming. The only time I've ever seen it not transform is if the troop has immune. Oh no, why did I go into an I team? I do try avoiding them just because they are a little bit time consuming from time to time. Okay, we'll throw a key down. Oh, he's using Bandit too. Make it even more time consuming. Hopefully that kills one of them. Yep, good. And now all we need to do is get that down again. Also, look at that. He stole none of my gold, even though he's supposed to steal gold. I wonder if they're ever going to fix that glitch with him. Because Bandit doesn't properly steal gold. It either steals nothing or steals a amount that's not the amount it's supposed to steal. Normally way lower than what it's supposed to actually take. Like he's supposed to be taking 20 something, but we lost 0. But sometimes also just steal just only like 4 or 6 or something. Oh no, these teams. I don't think I actually want to do that just because it's going to take too long. Oh, come on. Why is everyone using such annoying teams? Wow. He's just using Key team. He's using an I team that's really annoying, variant of it. And he's just using that thing that feeds you kills, but I already have all the kills, so it's kind of pointless. Okay, we'll go back to Explore. Well, that convinced me to go back to Explore. Good job, PvP meta. Okay, we'll go and take a brown. Do that. But yeah, they are doing some kind of PvP change next year. They were considering doing it this year, but it ends up getting pushed over to next year. Where they're going to be reworking PvP to some degree. How matchmaking works, how the incentive system for it works, and everything. So we'll see exactly what they do with it in the future. Hello, Daniela. Welcome. Are guild seals used for anything other than chests? No, they are used completely and only for chests. Though ideally you'll want to make sure you use them when your guild is at 40,000 seals. Though you can also do it at 20,000, but ideally you do want to wait till 40,000. Even if your guild naturally doesn't hit 40,000, you can try coordinating with them to use all your purple orbs, everyone in the guild, on a certain week, like maybe the week that a mythic comes out or something, and then 1 week out of the month you will have enough to hit 40,000, and then to save all your seals for that specific week and do it then. But yeah, at minimum, you should never spend them any lower than 20,000. as in the total in the guild. And ideally, you'd want to wait till you have it at max at 40,000. Because the drop table of them is based on, or the rarity that they give is based on, oops, I didn't mean to click that. It's based on, where to go? Guild, seals, this number right here. And whatever it is at currently is what it ends up giving as far as drop rate. 10,000 is a little bit worse than a glory key. 20,000 is basically a glory key. And 40,000 is basically a gem key, essentially. And that's how they work. And of course, there's a big difference between a glory key and a gem key. Yeah, you can still get away with that at 20,000. It's not that much worse, but ideally you would want to have it at 40,000 because anything that's not 40,000 is technically less value off the key. But ever since orbs, it's kind of easy for any guild to do it. Well, easy, quote unquote. But as long as your guild's normally hitting a little over 20,000, you could eventually save enough purple orbs that at least once every 1 or 2 months you guys would be able to hit 40,000. Even if you're still playing super casually for the guild wide, you'd be getting at least some amount of purple orbs. If nothing else, every Tuesday you would probably get one, or a chance at one. How does the PvP defend rewards work? And do you lose PvP points for defense? Yes, you do lose PvP points, so it's a very trivial amount, and it's actually more beneficial to lose than to win due to getting revenges. And basically, the way that the little thing works, where you get a reward every 15 is or every 5, I forget. It gives a bigger reward every 15, I believe it is, and then the really big one at the end at 60, and then it repeats back again. The one that gives event key and gold and souls and everything. But anyways, as far as how those get calculated up, it's based on 2 things increase that. The defend battles that you win, as well as the revenge battles that you win. So every single time you beat someone that has revenge next to them, you'll end up getting 1 more towards that. And every single time your defend team wins, you'll get 1 more towards that. The reason why it's actually better to lose your defend than to win is because if you lose, it becomes one of those revenges where you get that +3 extra glory as well as a invisible twice amount of gold. It's still within the game, but every single time you win a revenge, you basically get twice the amount of gold that it shows. So if it shows that you got 3,000 gold, you actually got about 6,000 gold for the battle. It's ever so slightly less than that. It's not exactly double, but it's basically double gold for beating a revenge, which makes doing PvP a lot more profitable, which is why a lot of people deliberately try to lose, like with fire bombs and stuff, because that's actually a better strategy than setting a good team. People still do good teams though, but most people try to set things that are either beneficial to the event week, like people setting those 4 drakes because we have to kill a bunch of brown this week, I think, or something, which basically gives you 8 brown kills, or people just setting like fire bombs and stuff like that, and other various teams similar to that. No, come on, Sunbird. Here we go. Also, hello, George. Welcome. Good evening. Also, where are all of our gnomes? We're doing really bad on gnomes tonight. We'll give out the redeem code soon if we don't even see anything. Gosh. Ideally, we'd give it out when we get a vault key, but probably not getting a vault key tonight. It's not during the stream. But you never know. It's just one of those hours where we get pretty much nothing. But we'll still have the code eventually regardless. Hello, Walter. Welcome. Try Shentang. Sure, we'll give Shentang a shot. Where is Shentang? There it is. Pretty sure I don't need this arcane, but doesn't really matter too much. We have way more than enough of literally every arcane in the game. It's not really going to make too big a difference where we go. I'm just trying to get more of the lower ones, just in case they're ever relevant. Just so we don't have to farm them later. But so far, no gnomes, but we're only one battle in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure doing a different kingdom has absolutely no effect on gnomes, and it just kind of seems like it is. But, I don't know, you never know. Maybe it does. But to my understanding, the kingdom that you actually explore in has zero effect whatsoever on the drop rate of gnomes. It might seem like sometimes that it does, but it shouldn't. That'd be really weird if it did. The only explorers you'd really want to avoid are the ones that have a high chance of summoning. So kingdoms that have a lot of those 25% summons, as well as the kingdoms that have, what's it called? What is that one kingdom called? Droshnock, that one that has the 100% summon troop, that summons 100% of the time. You definitely want to try avoiding ever farming there. Luckily, there's another brown-red kingdom that you can do it in, instead of there. You can do it in Urskea instead. Oh, we found a soul gnome. Nothing good off of it, but still, we did find a gnome. How many years have been, I almost said how many games have I been playing this year? How many years have I been playing this game? 4 years. Pretty much since it launched. Like, nearly day one of launch, nearly. I think I started a few days after. At least the PC launch, anyways. It was technically available in Australia prior to that, which obviously I couldn't do. And I believe mobile for like a week or two prior to that as well. But, yeah, pretty much started the day it started, which was 4 years ago. Or 4 years ago and a month ago. Yeah, we've been playing for just over 4 years. Wow, there's only one red. Essentially since day one. This channel's only been going on for almost 3 years now. In April, end of April, it'll be the 3-year mark of the actual channel. I think the creation date says a little bit earlier. Actually, I believe the creation date is almost exactly when this game launched, which is pretty funny. But I wasn't actually doing YouTube prior to that. We didn't start doing it consistently until April. Prior to that, it was just an account I used to comment on YouTube and stuff. And I still use it for that purpose as well. If you guys randomly go to videos, you'll probably randomly see me occasionally on YouTube. If you happen to be at any location I'm normally at. 24-hour stream for 3-year mark? No. Unless they add some kind of piece of content to the game that can actually be played for 24 hours, we will not be streaming for 24 hours, no. Maybe 12-hour. Ever so maybe. But, no. I highly doubt I will ever do a 24-hour stream. The only way I could possibly ever do a 24-hour stream was if I played multiple different games during that stream. When you find a gnome and it only gives you 100 souls, yeah, that's always annoying. It's also annoying whenever the arcane drop is bigger than the actual drop off of gnome. Also, why do we keep just getting soul gnome? I prefer getting other ones. Don't actually need anything off him other than his vault key. Oh, there we go. Well, time to give out a code. I guess he heard us this time. 9 vault keys. One more and we'll reach my arbitrary goal that I set earlier of trying to get 10 this weekend. But let's go open it. Hopefully it's something juicy, like a major blue orb. You know you want to, Cedric. We've gone nearly 3 months without one. Oh, whoops. I'm trying to target him as if he's actually targetable. Fail. Forgot he has stealthy. Okay, what do we get? Something that's not awful. Go. Ooh, a smaller orb. That's okay, as long as it's blue or purple. Don't be green again. Okay, it's purple. That's not too bad. Could have been way better, but I'll take it. Not awful. Okay, well, back to farming. Oh, oops, and time to give out redeem code. Let me go win this battle real quick. Then we'll hand out the code. Yeah, this is a pretty lucky event. We've managed to get 1 vault key every hour we've tried doing it so far. At minimum. Some hours have even given us 2 keys. Well, let's go give out a code. Let's see. Also, I need to remember to ask Salty on Monday for more codes. We're running very low. I think we have enough until next Friday. Okay, let me go and put it in the code. Oh no, I just realized something too. Is she even in the office? Oh no. She might not even be around. That's concerning. Let me see. Put that there. Put that there. Double check that it works. Oops, why is it not working? There we go. Added a random space. Hate when that happens. Do that, do that. Paste, paste, copy, copy. So if I really had to, I believe Syrup knows how to do it. So I'll just bother Syrup with that information while she's gone. Anyways, I don't think they've taken off yet. I'm actually not even sure. Anyways, let me go put in the, what am I looking for? There it is. Put this over here. Why is YouTube not letting me scroll right now? Does anyone know what actually causes a screen to not be able to scroll anymore? I guess this might just be the Chrome browser or something. But ever so occasionally, it likes to stop scrolling. Like whenever I try using the scroll button thingy. You know, the thing that normally scrolls the screen. I forget what's called, the wheel, mouse wheel, whatever its proper name is. But I don't know why, it just likes to stop scrolling for no reason. But anyways, there's the redeem code. Use it on the same location as always, gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section, or simply click that link. Your invite code is found in the settings menu. Redeem code's right over there. Just copy paste it. And gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, and 2,500 gold. And let the hunt continue. And I guess we'll keep giving Shentang. Got a vault key from it. Might as well try another. Yeah, no problem for the code, everyone. And it feels nice not having to do delves. We can just focus all on what we actually need to do instead of doing delves every single day. We'll need to start doing delves again soon, though. 2 weeks from now. Not next Friday, but the following Friday. What do the numbers refer to in the storm orb at the bottom of the screen? How many turns it will last for. So currently we have a red storm that's going to last for 6 more turns. Every turn counts as when it shifts from one person to the other. So basically it lasts for 4 turns to a degree, because it's only going to last for 4 of your own turns. 8 total turns, you know, 4 of your own and 4 of the enemy. But, yeah, it just tells you how much longer the storm is going to go on for. So if that number reaches 0, there will no longer be a red storm. It's basically just a timer of the storm. And of course it goes back to 8 whenever you redo a storm. And the reason we keep getting the storm back is every single time Sunbird, or actually anytime anything on our team dies, we end up getting a red storm. So the fire bomb gives us the red storm, which will overwrite whatever he has. And then the Sunbird, whenever it kills itself out, will give us a red storm. Actually, never mind. He's not giving us the purple storm. It's our hero that keeps doing the purple storm. I think I have that in case I ever want to swipe at the beginning of battle, just so we still have a storm that's effective towards our Sunbird. And also because we had nothing else to set that perk to that was relevant. You can click on the storm counter now, can you? I've never bothered trying to click on it. What happens if you click on it? Oh. Oh, cool. I never realized that. You can actually click on a storm now, and it will tell you what it does. That is not really obvious that that's a thing. That's cool. That would have been very useful to know for literally everyone who doesn't know what a storm does. I don't even know that's a thing. Did they just do that this patch? They had to have. I don't remember seeing that in the patch notes, but I did kind of breeze over it a little bit, like the smaller stuff. But cool, yeah. Purple gems fall more often than other colors. Still doesn't say the rate at which they fall, but yeah, at least it tells you what it does. I should rage the patch notes. Well, I knew they added a lot of quality of life stuff. I just didn't realize that was specifically one of them. I know, I was in the beta too. Alright, we'll get the firebomb down. Yeah, they keep adding tooltips for pretty much everything, which is nice. Because a lot of stuff does need explanation as to what on earth it does. I wish they would fix the appearance of some of the screens, though. Like, for example, this screen right here, where it shows a bunch of stuff over to the right. I wish it could show all of it in one single screen, where you could just scroll through it. Also, I don't believe it shows bonuses anymore in the battle. It used to, but now doesn't. For example, we currently have higher HP and higher stats on these, and stuff like that. Or whenever we have, like, a team bonus for synergy. It doesn't show those anymore. But the most annoying one is probably when this screen has too many effects on it. Currently nothing has it though. But sometimes the screen will have more than a few things here, and then it'll keep going through a bunch of them, instead of just having one screen where you can just scroll through all of them. I guess they did it that way so it's not as overwhelming, but it's a lot harder to read, because you only have a limited amount of time to read it, and it keeps shifting through them, and there's no way to pause it. Yeah, this is basically what I was talking about when I'm saying, like, a screen that has them all in a scrollable way. Like, they need to make these things that come over here into this format. Would be nice. Like, this is really, really good. I just wish more things had it like that. There's another thing that has it like this, too. There's only 2 things that currently have it. Hero class and the effects that end up taking effect during delves. All those little bonus effects. Those are the only 2 things that have, like, a screen like this. All these, like, smaller things over to the right don't have a screen for it yet. They might never have one. It would be pretty convenient if they just all had something like that. No, doing disenchant all and stuff like that does not end up using your delve treasure. They made sure to they made sure that it deliberately would not use delve treasure. What are we currently doing? We are currently doing Explorer to try to find treasure gnomes and other various gnomes to try to find vault keys. We found 9 vault keys so far this weekend, 1 during this stream. We've only been streaming for 50 minutes. So far we found one pretty much every hour. But yeah, we're trying to get vault keys. It's a vault event, so there's a higher rate of finding gnomes as well as vault keys from those gnomes. And even if we're not specifically getting vault keys, there's still other really nice drops, like 4 gem keys off that normal gnome, which is actually a pretty decent drop. It's his 3rd best drop. 2nd best is event keys, and best is obviously vault key. Does Ascend All include treasure? That'd be bad. No, it doesn't. Ascend All does not include treasure. I also believe it doesn't include gnomes, if I'm not mistaken. But I know for sure it doesn't include treasure. Wow, that's a tanky team. Mainly because Stonehammer. And even when Stonehammer's not up front, he still tanks pretty well. And look at that, we got level 85. We're almost there. We're almost to max level. Still a while to go though. I don't even think 85 is the halfway point. I think it's somewhere around 88 to 90 is the halfway point. I mean, not the halfway, I mean the 3/4 way point. Halfway point is at 70. Exactly. Yes, this team is technically more efficient with Forest Guardian up front. I just like having Sunbird up front. Because if I switch into a Rowan team or a different version of this team that doesn't use Forest Guardian, I would still have Sunbird first. Because the composition would be better with Sunbird in first. In this particular composition, it's not, but every other version of a Sunbird team is. So it's just out of habit to have it there. Because that's where I click if I'm trying to use a Sunbird. Similar to how I naturally click onto 3rd slot whenever I use a skeleton key team. That's just where the key always goes, regardless of the composition, most of the time. Very, very rarely would you ever put it into 2nd, and you would almost never put it in 1st. I hate when it does that. It's gonna make me waste my keys one day. I've still never mass clicked into using keys on accident, but it's gonna happen eventually. Wish they would fix that. They have slightly fixed it in the past. Like, it's not as bad as it used to be. It's still not completely fixed. Teaching newbies bad habits. How so? Sunbird makes for a great tank. Of course, it could reduce his damage in this context, but Sunbird's always used as a tank. Yeah, the reason you wouldn't want to use it in first is mainly because it can take 2 skulls of damage, and if it does, it reduces the amount of damage you do. Whereas if you put Forest Guardian in first, it will not reduce the Sunbird's damage at all. Are you not supposed to use orbs on the class menu? No, never, ever, 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 ever use those orbs there. The only thing that they can ever do is, well, what do you mean by class menu? You can use it to level up your hero. Or actually, no, you wouldn't even do that. The only thing you would ever use them for is for traits, I guess. You never want to use blue orbs on your hero because the only thing it does is go towards your 250 wins, which is much better just to go get those 250 wins. Green orb you would never want to use because it's cheaper to fully trade a hero class than it is to trade a common. So you would never want to waste orbs on trading it. And the only orb that would be viable is orange, specifically a smaller orange for the 2nd and 3rd trait. Or if you really wanted to, while it is better on a mythic, you could technically use a larger orange orb to max out a hero class if you have 0 traits on it currently. Hero classes have about the same trait stone cost as a legend, but they have the soul cost of less than a common. And there's no point in ever using blue orbs on them. It's a complete waste. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything you want me to go over? Just let me know. Otherwise, I think I will be wrapping up soon. Let me just go post the redeem code again in chat for any of you that may have missed it. I'm not sure if it's still active, but just in case it is, there it is. But, yeah, if you guys still have anything you want me to go over, just let me know. Otherwise, yeah, going to be slowly heading off for the night. We'll be back tomorrow, though, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mainly just going to be going over all the stuff for the event next week, and we do have 2 interesting things coming in. How viable they're going to be in the meta is questionable, but they definitely seem interesting to use, if nothing else, so we'll be going over that and then messing around with them on Monday, of course. Other than that, what is happening next Friday? I actually don't remember. I can't recall at all what next Friday even is. Do we have nothing next Friday? There's a possibility nothing is next Friday. It seems weird. Let me see, let me double check. Next Friday is... next Friday is not a Vault event. That's this Friday. Oh, no wonder why I think there's nothing next Friday. I think there's actually literally nothing next Friday. I wonder if they deliberately did that because it's the holidays. That would make sense. I'm looking at that correctly, right? Yeah, there is absolutely nothing next Friday. That seems really strange. We haven't had nothing for a very long amount of time. But, yeah, there's no event next Friday. Interesting. Good to know. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Oops, sorry, there's a question. What about using orbs on Guardians Guild War troops that need 30 arcanes? Yes, they are fine to use it on. Even though they're technically common, they have the cost of legend or even slightly above legend. Actually, they do have... It's in between the cost of a legend and a mythic. But yeah, it's definitely worth using it on Guardians. Like Honor, Courage, Humility, stuff like that. They're really good value to use orbs on. If you're using smaller ones, you still only want to do it with their second and third trait. But if you're doing a major orb, obviously, if they have 0 traits, you can just go max them with that. What is the best way to go about hero classes? Get 250 wins and then move on to the next one? Or should you level each one to 100 and then move on to the next one? You should get Titan max to level 100, then get 250 wins on every hero class, then go back to Titan and only use Titan. And then you can level the other ones whenever you feel like it if you actually want to mess around with them. But at the current moment in time, pretty much Titan's the only thing you need. There are a few others that you use very occasionally, like Speed is decent if you specifically need Stealthy. Assassin is good if you need Skull Spam. And a few other instances for very niche instances. But as far as using hero classes, Titan is nearly the only hero class you're ever going to need in the current state of the game. But of course, that could change in the future. But yeah, do get 250 wins on everything eventually. It's nice to have all the weapons. The only 2 relevant ones, though, are Dragon Guard, which gives Dragon's Eye, which is probably one of the most annoying weapons in the game. It's also really good in Delves. Even after the nerf, it's still one of the best weapons in Delves. And, what was the other one? Wait, what is the other one? Oh yeah, duh, Skeleton Key. Skeleton Key you get off a Thief hero class. Plus it's one you'd want to level anyways, the Thief. Actually, both of them are technically ones you'd want to level, Dragon Guard and Thief. They're used very occasionally. Dragon Guard's not used too much these days because dragons aren't the best of troops. They're still decent, just they've seen better days. They've been way better in the past than they are currently. They're still not horrible. Biggest issue that they currently have is they don't have a mana start. If they ever added a 50% mana start or 40% mana start to dragons, they'd become pretty much every team that anyone ever uses, if that was to ever happen. Yeah, 1000 glory from a Glory Gnome. That is its best drop. Glory Gnome is insanely good value. It doesn't have a bad drop, and all of its drops are insanely good. And it does have 1000 glory drop. Its drop table is 200 glory, 500 glory, 1000 glory, and Vault Key. Its 1000 glory drop is so good that it's sometimes better than the Vault Key. as far as what you get from the Vault Key. Okay, and this will be our final gnome. Come on, something that's not horrible. Either 5,000 souls or a Vault Key. Hey, well, that's not a Vault Key, but at least it's his best drop that isn't a Vault Key, so I'll take it. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Don't you want to dual wield Dawnbringer? Haha. Dual wield? We can wield 4 Dawnbringers if we want to. We could go craft another 3 Dawnbringers. Well, almost. We would need another 200,000 souls. But we could go quad wield Dawnbringer if we want. Could you imagine that? That'd be like 90-something damage on one cast. Too bad barrier doesn't stack though. That'd be really funny. Let's attach a Dawnbringer to our Dawnbringer and just get a gigantic Dawnbringer. Combine them all together. But anyways, I'll be heading off for now. Thank you so much for coming down. We'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, as I mentioned, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Standard Time. Other than that, hope you all have a good weekend, and best of luck with farming the gnomes. It still is going all of tomorrow, so you still have another, like, 28 hours or so to go and farm gnomes. Actually, the exact amount of time is... You have 1 day, 4 hours, and 54 minutes to continue farming gnomes is the exact amount of time you have. So that was almost right. It's actually more like 29 hours. But, yeah, you have that much time to keep farming gnomes if you still want to try getting Vault Keys and stuff. So you still have a good, solid day if you still want to go do stuff. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming down, and I will see you all later. Enjoy your weekend, and best of luck with Vault Keys and gnomes. Goodbye, everyone!